after a long week. It's 6:50, almost 7 o'clock over here, and I'm not tired at all. I don't know about you guys, but my quarantine sleep schedule is worse than my sleep schedule before quarantine, and I'm on a gap year, so it was bad. I told you guys last week my plans for next year, and I'm still really excited about that, getting all of that stuff done. I've got to send my immunizations over to New York, which I don't know, every time I think about sending stuff to New York, I get really excited. But I woke up in not the best mood this morning because, we just had our shelter in place extended to May 31st, and I'm fine with that. That's not what has me in a bad mood. What has me in a bad mood is how people react to this news. I'm upset that people aren't taking this seriously because there are people dying. I have even some of my friends, I love them to death, and I lecture them because they're not always following the things. And, some of them are telling me, Gabby, you're so close to living your dream. I'm like, I'm not close, though, because I'm not going to leave until it's safe for everyone. And New York is doing the worst in the U.S. And I watched a video the other day that they're building mass graves in New York. That's how serious this is. That's why I'm upset, because people aren't taking it seriously. California is doing amazingly well for our population, and I'd like to keep it that way. But if people aren't going to follow the guidelines, then who knows how bad it's going to get. And I don't want that. No one wants more lives lost, but it's happening. So I wasn't in the best mood this morning. I just really want people to take this seriously. My generation, we are known for always speaking up and doing the right thing. We protest for when we think things aren't right, but we're not protesting right now. There are people protesting, but the people who are staying home, like we're supposed to, aren't protesting. So it's a bit of a different angle for us, and so I'm a little upset, but I'm happy to stay home. I want people to get better. I don't want people dying. That's not what we need right now. I pray literally every night that when all this is over, maybe our world will be in a better place. We will be more unified, and I truly do pray for that, for this to bring us together, that hopefully this will bring us together. I pray for that because I want a better world to live in. I want a better world for my kids to grow up in, and that's years down the line, but that's what I pray for. I pray for everyone in the world, and I really hope that you guys here are doing well, that you're healthy, and that everyone you know and love are healthy, and hopefully you haven't suffered any loss. I haven't suffered any loss to the coronavirus, but I did suffer loss earlier this year, and most of you guys know that. I'm still dealing with that. And to have someone, I can't even imagine having someone taken from me by a virus that is killing thousands of people in our country. That's all I'm going to say on that, but I do really, I'm praying for you guys, and I really hope that you guys are following the guidelines, following the protocols that have been put in place. I know I am. I hope you are too. Okay? So it's cheap date night, but as my dad, his show focused on, it was a great show, and I don't always listen to my dad's shows when I'm here, like all the way through sometimes, because I usually just go back and watch them. But this one, I really did listen, and I listened the whole time, and it was so easy for me to listen because it's something that is worth listening to. Not that his other shows aren't. All of his shows are good. But, when we're talking about a serious subject, such as Sexual Assault Awareness Month and sexual assault, abuse, and harassment, you want to listen. There are people that are like, oh, I don't know if I can watch it. And I'm like, that's the whole point. You need to watch it. You need to educate yourself. You need to do this, because if we just ignore it, it's not going to get any better. That's not how something goes away. So it is May 1st. So we just ended Sexual Assault Awareness Month. My dad mentioned Wednesday was Denim Day. I participated in that. I posted on my social media, and one of my friends was brave enough to bring her story out into the public. She shared her story, not her full story. She shared what she could. And I'm so proud of her for that. And for me, because I knew, it's amazing to see the growth that someone can get from an experience like that. I'm not in the same place as her, you know, but one day I will be. So tonight I have some movies for you, not in the theaters, of course, but here on streaming services. I think, yeah, both of these are on Netflix. Everything I have for you today to watch is on Netflix except one show. And I already talked to you about the show, but I'm going to talk to you about it again because I'm in love with it. Everything that I'm going to talk to you about today, I am deeply invested in. My dad says, oh, he watched that show in a day. I watch pretty much every show I watch in a day, every season, especially when they put them all out like that. I think I'm like a pro binge watcher now, thanks to this gap year that I've taken. And next year is definitely going to be hard for me not to just binge watch whenever I want, because I'm going to actually have school. And I'm excited about that, but I think it's going to be interesting to see how I do with that. So tonight, I have 2 movies for you, and one that I am watching tonight that I am excited to talk to you about next week, but I'm going to tell you I'm watching it tonight. Maybe you can watch it with me. So the first movie I have, it was released last night at 12 o'clock, came out today. It's been out not even for a day, and I've already watched it. It's called The Half of It, and it's on Netflix. It's a Netflix original, and it is a beautifully weird romance, but it's like, it says in the beginning, this doesn't turn out how anyone wants it to for the characters. But it's beautiful in the way it's written, in the way the actors perform, and it's pretty, fresh-faced cast, which I love. I love it when, you know, I want to be an actor. So I love it when new actors and actresses are constantly being discovered. I love every actor and actress, but I mean, it's amazing when you see new people, new faces, and also when they're representing person of color. It's amazing. So we have, for our 3 main characters, ones with the most screen time, ones the story revolve around, Leah Lewis plays Ellie Chu. So she is a senior. These 3 characters are all seniors in high school, and Ellie, she runs this little, people pay her to write their essays for her. She's very smart, but she's stuck in this town, and she doesn't want to be there, but she's there because she's there for her dad, and she lost her mom when she was a little girl, you know, and as the story grows, we realize she's struggling with her sexuality, and she knows what she is, but she's in love with someone. And it just so happens that the guy that's also in love with the same person, or he says he's in love with, goes to her and asks her for help writing a love letter. And she's never done that before. She's only done schoolwork, of course, but she accepts because she needs the money. Her and her father need the money. So she accepts, and it doesn't turn out what she wants it to be. So the male lead in this is Daniel Deemer. He's new. It was interesting to see him because usually when the male lead, you expect something, but he was different, and I think his character was very unique. So I really liked him. And then Alexis Lemire, she played Aster, and she was the girl that they're in love with, and she kind of gets played a little bit because she doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't realize that it's actually Ellie behind all the letters and texts. She just knows that it's his face, but it's Ellie behind everything. And so the end it's a beautiful ending in the terms of Ellie gets to move on with her life. I'm not going to give it all away, but she moves on with her life, and she is excited, and we're excited. Ellie is Asian. They speak Mandarin in the movie. She's Chinese, so I think it was beautiful to have a lead. I love now that Asian Americans are getting more leads. I think that's really beautiful. So that's the half of it. When you're watching it, you may be like, I don't know if I like this, but by the end, I was definitely like, wow, that was beautiful. And it was written by someone that is gay, and so I saw a lot of things on Twitter that said, it's beautiful, movies are beautiful when they're written from the perspective of a gay person, you know, when you're telling a coming out story. So I think that was really beautiful. The second movie I have for you, this is an animated movie, and I kind of watched it. I was half asleep. I watched it, but I was like half asleep because I put it on. I was like, oh, this looks interesting, but I didn't. I was like half watching it because there are movies where I'm full in, my phone's away, and then there's movies like I'm going to be on my phone. But this movie was really, really cute, and it was really heartwarming. It's called The Willoughbys. It's on Netflix, and it's about these 4 kids, one set of twins, a daughter and a son, and how basically they devise this plan to get their parents to leave them alone so they can be free. They can be orphans because they think they're young, so they're not really even sure what orphan means. They just know that means they don't have parents, and their parents didn't treat them well. So they didn't want to be with their parents anymore, and they really just took care of themselves. But we see these parental figures come into their life, and at the end, it's a very happy ending. It was a very weird story. It was. Ricky Gervais actually narrates it through the lens of a cat. He plays a cat that's narrating. But for the main cast, we have Tim Forte playing Tim, and then Alessia Cara voices the little girl Jane. And when I was watching, I had no idea it was Alessia Cara, and I am a big fan of her music. And when I was watching it, I was like, I know that voice because Jane sings in the movie. I'm like, where have I heard that? So when I finished the movie, I was like, oh my God, that was Alessia Cara. And I think it was beautiful. She's got a beautiful voice, so it was really cool. And then Maya Rudolph plays their nanny, and Terry Crews plays their eventual father figure. And Terry Crews is hilarious. So those are the 2 movies I watched this week, and the one movie I'm watching tonight, and I know I'm going to watch it. I'm going to make my mom watch it with me. It's more of a documentary. It's on Netflix. It's called A Secret Love, and it is about 2 elderly women who have always been together but didn't tell anyone until recently. And I'm really excited to see that. It's called A Secret Love, and I'm, to have 2 women that now can be voices for the LGBTQ plus community because they grew up in a time where it was not okay to be gay, and now that they're living now and they're able to come out, they came out to their family. They just their family didn't know. No one knew. They just were best friends and they lived together, but they didn't know they were actually together. And I think that's really beautiful, and I'm really excited to watch that tonight. So, all right, for my TV shows, I have 3. Okay, so I've watched 1 episode because this came out also recently. I think it came out last night too. It's called Hollywood. I've watched 1 episode and I'm already hooked. It's nothing like I thought it would be because I do watch trailers when Netflix releases them because I love Netflix. So I haven't even gotten to the part where Darren Criss is in it, but Darren Criss is in this show. He plays he's one of the main characters. He is from Glee, if you don't know him. We have David Cornsweet. He's kind of our main male character. I was like, why do I recognize him? He was in The Politician, which also came out in 2019 on Netflix. He had a not as big of a role, but he was definitely in there. He played River in The Politician. He's very handsome. He reminds me a lot of our Superman, our current Superman. And then so I was also really excited. I think I saw this from her Instagram. Maude Apatow, who is Leslie Mann and Judd Apatow's eldest daughter. I have loved her because she came out in This Is 40 and Knocked Up. And I watched Knocked Up when I was young with my parents, my brother. And then This Is 40 I watched with my parents again when it came out. And I love Leslie Mann. And I knew her husband was a director, and I thought that was really cool that they worked together. And then when I found out those were her actual daughters, I was like, wow. And they're beautiful. Maude is beautiful. I follow her on Instagram, so I think I saw it on her Instagram. She plays David Cornsweet's wife. And then Laura Harrier. I haven't gotten to her either. From what the trailer shows, she and Darren Criss have some sort of relationship. But I recognized her, and I was like, where do I know that woman from? She is from Spider-Man Homecoming. She played Liz. So I'm really excited to get to them, and I will update you next week on the series because I'll probably be done with it by then. So that's Hollywood. It's out on Netflix now, so go watch that. Okay, I gotta take a minute. This show, I love this show. It came out earlier this week, and I didn't even realize it came out when it did. And I have like a little story with this one because something amazing happened to me this week with this. A very famous person liked my tweet that I tweeted about this show using the hashtag. The show is called Never Have I Ever. And what I love, I think the thing I love the most, other than it's hilarious, is that the cast is full of people of color, and not just, one. You have a wide variety. And for a girl growing up that didn't really have anyone that looked like her on screen, that were very, very limited. And I mean, I personally didn't have a Hispanic or Latino role model to look up to. I personally did not. I know that there are some, that did. There are actresses out there that were on screen when I was growing up, but I didn't. There are aspects that I personally look for in my role models, and they just didn't fit it. But there were very few, and the selection is kind of limited still. Hispanic and Latinas, we need to get in there. We still, Asian Americans, African Americans, they have made great, tremendous strides in this industry. And I'm so excited for the Latinas and Hispanics to catch up, because I'm hoping I'm going to be one of them. But I do mean catch up, because we are bottom of the barrel, especially when it comes to pay scale. So, and I've talked about that a little bit with one of the actresses I love, Gina Rodriguez. She is a very controversial person, but in terms of what she spoke out about in terms of pay, she was absolutely correct that we are, Latinas and Hispanics, females are paid the least in the industry. So to see a show with this many people of color, not just women, not just males, people of color, it really, it grasped my heart and held on tight. And it's so hilarious because it was written by Mindy Kaling. And so if you know me, if you've been watching me, I love Mindy Kaling from The Office. That's where I first got to know her. I did watch a little bit of the Mindy Project when I was younger. I haven't really kept up with it because there were a lot of seasons. I should probably go back. But Mindy Kaling is hilarious. And I can now say that Mindy Kaling liked my tweet on Twitter. What? Okay, when that happened, I had just started rewatching this show with my mom because I had watched it the night it came out. I didn't even realize that it had just come out. I had just started watching it because it was like 1 o'clock, and I was like, I finished a show, and I was like, oh, I need to watch something new. Because I wasn't tired. It was 1 o'clock. Come on, I wasn't tired. So I went on Netflix, and Never Have I Ever was right there, and I was like, click, and they're relatively short episodes. They're only like 30 minutes. So I watched all 10 episodes before 5 o'clock that morning, and I was done. So I was rewatching it with my mom when I tweeted about basically how I loved it, how it was heartwarming and hilarious and had amazing representation for people of color. And Mindy Kaling liked my tweet. I'm going to say it again. Mindy Kaling. Mindy Kaling. I love Mindy Kaling. And that's the first time that a celebrity or anyone famous has liked a tweet or liked anything. A lot, it's really hard to do that. And I don't try. I know people will try to get, if I did, I would spend all my time on Twitter trying to get 5 Seconds of Summer or Taylor Swift or someone I love to notice me. But I don't try because I personally, I don't want to. It's a lot of work, and kudos to everyone who does, but I personally don't. So that was amazing. I think it was because I used the hashtag that was trending, and she was just looking at the hashtag and scrolling through, and she probably just saw it and liked it. So, but still, really cool. Okay, so we have I think my favorite thing is the 3 girls, because they are playing high schoolers. They're playing sophomores. They're still teens. 2 of them are still teens. One of them is 20. But they are. Oh my God, I cannot say her name. I'm gonna try. Okay, it's very hard. So Maitri Ramakrishnan. She plays the main girl, Devi. Okay, and she is from Canada. She's Tamil. She's Canadian Tamil. And she is hilarious. When I saw the preview, I was like, I'm going to like this girl. She reminds me a lot of myself. if I'm gonna be honest. Like, I was watching with my mom. I was like, Mom, tell me that's not exactly what I would say right now, or right there. And she was like, you would. So, and then we have Ramona Young, who plays Eleanor. She is Asian American. And then we have Lee Rodriguez, who plays Fabiola. And in the show, her mom is African American, but I think in the show, I'm not sure in the show. We're not sure exactly. We know she is African American, but I think she may be a little Mexican. I know she is, or Hispanic. She is Hispanic in real life, Lee Rodriguez. So those three ladies I can see going very far in their acting career, and I'm really excited to see them. They are similar in age to me, so I'm really excited to see where they go. And this show is amazing, and I'm saying this because I've already watched it twice, the whole series twice. Watch it. It's amazing. It's hilarious. And it's got comedy for all ages, and I think that's what's so great about it. Was my mom was dying the whole time. So, okay, I spent a lot of time on that. But my last show, I did talk about this show last week, but I'm going to talk about it again because this last episode, episode 5 of Mrs. America, has been my favorite episode so far. Like, boom, boom, boom. Like, they had a debate, and it was just like, and of course, I would have been pro-ERA. So for me to see the proponents and opponents going at it against each other in a style that Phyllis Schlafly chose. So I'm going to give you a little bit more on the actresses, the amazing actresses in this show. So I did mention last week we have Cate Blanchett, who's playing Phyllis Schlafly, and she's playing that role so well that my mom and I actually hate her right now. Like, not Cate Blanchett, but my mom, she was like, she's playing this role so well, I like hate her. And I'm like, I know, right? So she's doing amazing. Rose Byrne is Gloria Steinem. We have Uzo Aduba, who's playing Shirley Chisholm. And then Sarah Paulson, Margot Martindale, and Tracy Ullman. Tracy Ullman plays Betty Friedman, writer of Feminine Mystique. So there you go. Those amazing women are putting an amazing show together. And it is FX on Hulu. And I just thought it was Hulu last week because I watch Hulu and not FX. But I watch a lot of FX shows on Hulu, and I told my brother, like, wow, FX is doing a really good job right now. Of their shows are killing it. Like, the shows they're putting out, I'm in love with. And they're all on Hulu the next day. So I'm watching them on Hulu. But they are on FX if you get that channel. All right, so I've got 6 songs for you. And these are what I am listening to this week. And I told my dad just right now, he's like, I'm listening to a lot of new music this week. Partially, 2 of these songs are coming from a soundtrack of the show I watched, but like, it's all good music, and it's not exactly the same kind of music I listen to usually. So I'm excited to show you these. So this one, my first song, came out yesterday at 9 p.m. Pacific time, 12 a.m. Eastern time. Halsey and Marshmello did a collab, and the song is called Be Kind. And Halsey tweeted about it earlier in the week, and I remember telling him, I was like, Halsey's releasing a new song. And we weren't exactly sure. We were pretty sure. And then she confirmed it the next day. I was like, I'm pretty sure Halsey released a new song, and I'm really excited because I love Halsey. And, just to talk about Sexual Assault Awareness Month again, I hope you guys really watched that video on YouTube. If you haven't, please go check it out. It's called A Story Like Mine. It is her poem that she wrote for the International Women's Day March. Halsey's amazing, and everything she's overcome. When I talk about her and when I listen to her, my dad was right, her story. I look at Halsey and I look at someone who I look up to. That is someone that who is my role model, who I look up to, and I feel like she is speaking to me. I don't want to cry, but she's amazing. And I told my dad, like, I hate when people try to slander her in the press because she dates guys and a lot of guys and whatever. I don't care. That's her life. Leave her alone. Like, I know that's what we do with celebrities, but I hated it when they did it to Taylor Swift. I hated it when they do it to anyone that doesn't deserve it. No one deserves it, but the hate she gets a lot of it. And I'm like, she's living her life. She's been through a lot. The last thing she needs is someone like the society telling her how to live her life. But a lot of people kind of criticize her about the way she dresses, what she wears. And, for me, as a young girl who understands what she has gone through, I just see it as she's taking her body back. That is her body. No one gets to tell her what to do with it. She can cover it up or put it out as much as she wants. That's her body. And I think it's beautiful, and I love her. So this is Be Kind.
Wanna believe that you don't have a backbone in your body, but the bruises on your ego make you go wow, wow, wow. Wanna believe that even when you're stone cold, you're sorry.
Okay, I gotta pause it. All right, I gotta stop it. But I'm gonna do this again because my amazing mother is 100% right. She didn't even watch my last show, but I forgive her. I love her. She does everything for me. She did suggest that my favorite lyric in the song. So I thought about this a lot because I really like this song. It's not like my all-time favorite Halsey song, but it's a cool beat. That's Marshmallow, of course. And then Halsey, her voice. But the lyrics, of course, are beautiful. So, and I think the message in the song is what really matters, and it's so essential for right now. I mean, it's called Be Kind, and I said it a few weeks ago. Just be kind to one another. You know, we're all going through a really hard time right now, whether we know it or not. And everyone is doing their own different thing, and we don't really know what everyone is going through. So be kind, right? So right here. I don't know why you hide from the one and close your eyes to the one, mess up and lie to the one that you love. When you know you can cry to the one, always confide in the one, you can be kind to the one that you love. Be kind to the one that you love. You know, and in the song, she kind of talks about how, it's kind of talking about how, you know, he's not really, whoever this is, he or she, because she, you know, doesn't matter. They're not exactly going to this person. She's like, I'm right here. I already told you, I'm right here for you. You can confide in me. You know, don't forget to be kind to me because I am here for you. I think that's beautiful. Okay, so this next song is by a young woman who when I was young, and the show she was on first came out. It's called Nashville. I don't know if you guys remember. It ended a few years ago. It was on ABC. My family and I started watching Nashville I think we stopped after like the 4th season. But we started watching Nashville, and my dad, I was just telling about him about this right now, because off her new album, she played Raina James. That's the character, her daughter. And I can't even remember it all because I haven't watched it in such a long time. But Lennon Stella and her sister Maisie Stella are amazing singers. All of the people on that show were amazing singers, but they're amazing, and they were so young when the show first came out. And now Lennon, I think she's like 21. She's put out an album, and I didn't even realize that she put it out. And I've been following her on Instagram. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to check out her music. So the last 3 days, I've been listening to her album, and this is my favorite song off the album so far. We all know that's subject to change. This is called Golf on TV by Lennon Stella. And she was actually, the Chainsmokers went on tour for the World War Joy tour, and Five Sauce, my boys, were also on that tour because they had just collabed with the Chainsmokers, and so they had performed. And then Lennon Stella was also on that tour. And wow, I wish I could have gone to that tour. I wish I could have been there. But I didn't, you know. It's okay. So Golf on TV by Lennon Stella. It's such a cool sound. I think that's... Can you play?
I woke up to the bed and you're downstairs doing the dishes, and my mom's there. She's kind of obsessed with you. I think that I might be too. She thinks that you're good for me.
It's got a really cool sound, and I think what I like about this one off of her album is that what she kind of says, it's unique. Like, the song is called Golf on TV. So I'm going to read you this lyric, which happens to be my favorite lyric. So, you know, this is a little further down. So, because I want you and only you, it's simple as you want me too. Some people want to switch it up. Like, just one love could never be enough. We're on the same page here, Lynn and Stella. What? Some people watch golf on TV, and neither of those things make sense to me. Some people think that it's supposed to hurt, like it couldn't be real if it's putting you first. So my interpretation of these lyrics, that, you know, she's saying, I want to be with just him. She knows, like, just you, And she's saying it's as simple as you just want to be with me too. But she's saying, like, there are some people who think they don't just want to be with one person. Like, they move on really quickly. And she's like, but I don't understand that. Just like I don't understand why people watch golf on TV. Now, people watch golf on TV because people watch sports on TV, and that's just what they do. To her, it doesn't make sense. And she's comparing the two. And I think that's really kind of unique, because to take an everyday thing such as watching golf on TV and compare it to, you know, the way you love someone or how you're loving someone, I think it's beautiful. And I really like when people take ordinary things and kind of make them into something so much greater and show you what else it could be, and what it could be like. So, okay, so, oh man, this song. Okay, so this song is called I Don't Know You Yet by Alexander23. I saw this on a TikTok, people. I'm not on the app because I was on it for a while and it just took up like all my time. But I still see him on Instagram and Twitter and everywhere. And so I was watching this one TikTok and I was like, wow, that's a really good song. What song is this? So it's Alexander23. Don't know the artist yet. Haven't explored him enough yet, but I will. And this song is about, like, if you believe in soulmates, and that's kind of crazy because that ties into the half of it, the movie, the half of it. The intro is about soulmates. But this song is like, if you believe in soulmates, he's saying he hasn't found his yet, but he needs them right now. He needs his soulmate right now. And I feel that, you know. I believe in soulmates, and whenever I find mine, if I find mine, you know, I'm ready. So, you know, this is a beautiful song, and it makes me cry. It really does. Can you play? It's beautiful.
How can you miss someone you've never met? 'Cause I need you now, but I don't know you yet. But can you find me soon, because I'm in my head?
Yeah, I need you now, but I don't know you yet. That's the vocal, the beat, like the music. Oh, I love that song, and it really makes me cry. I listen to it at night. So I cry. This song gets me my feels. Okay, so right here. Okay, so because lately it's been hard. They're selling me for parts, and I don't want to be modern art, but I only got half a heart to give to you. I think those lyrics are just so deep and beautiful, and it's like, I don't know if you've ever felt like before, say you're married and you're with the person that's your soulmate, you know, before you met them, how you felt like you knew they were out there, and you can't wait to meet them, especially when you're going through a hard time. You're like, man, I wish my soulmate were here. You know, I mean, this whole year has been hard for me, and like not a boyfriend, just someone that, I mean, I have my friends and I love them, they love me, but, you know, my friends are busy, you know, not having someone that just like prioritizes me. And obviously, like, I'm really young and I'm not expecting to find the person I want to marry anytime soon. But, you know, I think everyone has that kind of feeling at some point that, like, you know, they need that person that they know is going to understand them and be their soulmate. So I think it's just so beautiful. Okay, so now we have, I've been hearing this song on the radio, and I was like, I can't deny it. It's a catchy song. It's a good song. I like the lyrics. I mean, who wouldn't want their husband to tell them that? And Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin Bieber, that's a success story, man. Like, Hailey Baldwin Bieber was a Justin Bieber star. There are pictures of when she met him when she was young, and now they're married. You know how many girls, how many men, guys wish, you know, they could end up with that famous person that they're crushing on? Because let's be honest, we all fan boy over someone. Callum Hood. You know. But, and she's a success story. She married him. I mean, to a fangirl like me, amazing. All right, so this is Intentions by Justin Bieber featuring Quavo. He's actually pretty good. I've listened to some of his stuff. Quavo. Okay, can you play? I like this song so much better than Yummy. So much better. Okay, so catchy.
Picture perfect, you don't need no filter. Gorgeous, make 'em drop dead, you a killer. Showing you with all my attention. Yeah, these are my only intentions.
Come on, man. Like, especially, okay, so obviously those lyrics are more mainstream now because, you know, social media, you know, picture perfect. You don't need no filter. Like, you know how many girls use filters, men, guys use filters because they're insecure. And obviously that's not the only reason to use filters. But I know, like, when I was younger, when social media first came out and I was on it because that was what we did in middle school. We got on Instagram and we posted. I told my mom I used to post at least once a week when I was in middle school because I thought I had to because because social media, that's what it does to you, you know? And now, like, you learn to control it. You learn what you need from it and what you don't want from it, and you figure it out. You know, I've done that now. But back then, like, I didn't post a picture without a filter on it. Heck no, I wasn't in love with myself yet. I didn't love myself for who I was, and so I put a filter on it to make myself look better, whatever filter I needed. I remember there was one time I posted, it had 3 filters on it. 3! And now I don't use filters because I realized that I love myself and I'm beautiful just the way I am. I don't need a filter, you know? But it took me a long time to get there. It takes a lot of people a long time to get there. So, you know, for a guy to say that to like, Justin Bieber saying that to Hailey Baldwin, you don't need no filter. Come on. That's like modern day love right there. Like, it doesn't get more modern than that. All right, I got 2 more songs for you. Almost done. So these 2 songs were from Never Have I Ever. I heard them in the show, and I was like, I need to know those songs. Because I just heard them, and I was like, oh, they're more indie. And I think that's like my alter side. Like, I listen to pop and alternative. Those are like my 2 main genres of music that I listen to. And then on the side, I like indie music. Like, not all the time, but when I'm in that mood, you know, and yeah, I don't know. So these are more indie. So this is called Moon Like Sour Candy. I think this was in episode 6. I'm not exactly sure. Just listen.
Moon like sour candy in your mouth. Our conversations are heading south. I am getting caught up in your movement.
I love that song. Like, I heard it. I really heard just the beginning, and I was like, and I think they played it at the end of the show, so I didn't hear it. I was like, I need that song. And I literally went searching for that soundtrack because there were 2 songs I needed. I just realized I didn't do the intentions thing, like the lyrics, so let me go back and do that because that's important. So I think this one, because this is modern. Can't nobody throw shade on your name in these streets? Triple threat. You a boss, you a bae, you a beast. Like, come on. That's, again, modern day love. Like, that's something that, like, we want to hear now. Like, because, I mean, you're a boss? Come on. I want someone to tell me I'm a boss. Like, come on. Okay, so for Moonlight Sour Candy, oh, the way she sings this, man. It's, okay, so wearing corduroy. I can't sing. I don't sing like that. Wearing corduroy for 4 days straight. I get confused when you say my name. Skin is flaking harder in the winter. Reach out to mother. I am crying. That's how she said. Crying. Beautiful. I wish I could be like an indie type singer, but I just don't have the voice for that. Okay. This one's called Boys Like You. Oh, wait. That was by the Ophelias. Moon Like Sour Candy by the Ophelias. It's called Boys Like You by the Kids at Midnight. This was on the end of the last episode in season 1 when I got the ending I wanted in Never Have I Ever. I like that. I don't know. It's like high schoolish because like the lyrics are like, I wrote this down in period 3. But okay, so my favorite lyric, and this is the part that I like zoned in on in the show. Where is it? Oh, okay, right here. Stupid words from boys like you. No, no, no. There's no need to hide. Not answering questions in math class, 'cause I answer then before boys like you. No, no, no. I don't know. The way I interpret the song is like, this boy's like, she likes this guy and then being mean to her. And then she talks to her mom. That's in the middle of the song. She talks to her mom and her mom's like, don't waste your time on those boys. Those boys are second place. You should be first. Like, show them what you can be, you know? And then she's like, I'm better than you. I can, you know? So I really like that song. So there's a lot more music that I'm going to be listening to this next week, new music. And I think it's really good because I'm getting out of my habit. But I'm really excited to share with you guys my thoughts on Hollywood next week, and then also what's it called? A Secret Love. I'm really excited to watch that tonight. I'm really, really excited. I feel like I'm going to cry a lot. And I love crying with movies. I love movies that make you feel something. Okay, so it's Friday. It is May 1st. You know, I'm not going to be, let me see. Am I going to have a show? I hope not. Hold on. Let me check something real quick. Okay, good. My grandma's birthday is on May 6th. My grandmother is turning 80 years old. My grandmother, Sarah, my mom's mom. I love her dearly, and I'm so excited. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see her, obviously, because we are trying to adhere to the guidelines, but she's turning 80, and I don't want to cry. She means the world to me, and I'm crying. I'm so excited. I'm just really excited that I still have her with me. Again, I've dealt with loss this past year, and losing my grandpa has been really hard, and losing either of my grandmothers would be devastating. But my grandma, Sarah, is older. She's turning 80. You know, she's not getting any younger, and I'm working with her. I'm hounding her to stay healthy, and, you know, because I want her in my life as long as possible. And I guess what I'm saying is spend time with the ones you love, and if you can't see them right now, call them, FaceTime them, take the time to connect with your loved ones. I call her almost every 2 days, and she gets so annoyed with me, but I want to talk to my grandma, and I don't want to lose that. You know, I don't want to lose her, so I'm going to keep her tight, and I'm so thankful that she stayed healthy through all of this. But her birthday is coming up. My brother's birthday is on the 11th, so he's turning 24. This is a birthday month. My friend, Lily's birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, Lily. I love you. So happy birthday to Lily. If you guys have seen my show, she has been on with me. So if you could shout happy birthday in the comments. Her birthday is not her favorite thing in the world. I'm not going to share why, that's her own thing, but maybe shout her a happy birthday so that I can show her and be like, look at this, you know? And she's a little bummed that she's not going to be able to spend it with all her friends and loved ones. I mean, having a birthday in quarantine isn't going to be the easiest thing, but she's turning 19 tomorrow. Really excited. So happy birthday to Lily. And I just want to say again, I am praying for you guys. I really, really am. I'm praying for all you guys. You guys mean a lot to me. To hear me just come and look dumb and goofy and sing along and give you my almost not a teen, my teen perspective on things. I'm really grateful that you guys have take the time to listen to me. So I just want you guys to be safe and just be smart, please. You guys know that science is real, and there's not, so just follow the protocols, follow the guidelines, stay safe, stay healthy, and be aware. Like my dad says, be aware of your surroundings. It's not always you. So I hope to see you guys all back here next Friday. And I am excited for this new week because I've got a lot of stuff to watch and stuff to do. And, I'm just really excited to get going with my life now that I've chosen college and I got to pick classes soon. And I'm really excited. But, I really do hope you guys are doing well. And if you guys need anything, you guys want to talk to me, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I will, we're in quarantine. I got time to speak to you, so go ahead. thank you for watching tonight, and I really appreciate you guys. I will see you next Friday. I really will. Okay, I'm out. Bye.